Okay, hi again. Now we're going to talk about the aircraft maintenance tracking program's licensing and and help menus and the file menu. So let me first let's talk about the licensing. Um, AM Pro um, is what our goal is to provide a service for folks that are in the process of either maintaining multiple airplanes or maintaining their own single airplane, their own airplane. The case of the multiple airplanes, uh, the inspection authorized mechanic is always challenged with making sure that all the airworthiness directives are up to date for an airplane, making sure that ELT batteries are up to date, making sure that he then holds sufficient records to prove his due diligence. And so what we have here is a database that will allow all of that to be done, as well as maintenance records and archives of logbooks. For the single aircraft owner, the aircraft maintenance tracking program is interesting because they're then able to they're able to archive their records. They're able to set scheduled maintenance uh, processes so that they can know that they're changing oil and doing the things that need to be done on a timely basis. Brand new vehicles, you just kind of drive them for a long time and or fly them, and they don't need much. But as aircraft and cars become older, they need really to have a maintenance schedule, or they will become unreliable. So that's also taken care of here. So for the other thing it does for the single aircraft owner is it helps them understand what's going to be needed during an annual, and thus they can predict the cost and maybe even do some of it themselves. So the way the licensing is done is we will give repetitive 60-day licenses to anybody that wants to download it from the web page. And there is value in those 60-day. Of course, it's we're on a fishing trip, admittedly, and we think that you'll find tremendous value in the evaluation copy, and you'll also see that there is additional value in a paid subscription copy. So, um, but a lot of times these kinds of pricing schemes just end up putting valueless software out as the evaluation copies, and that is not true in this case. What you get from aircraft maintenance tracking program for an evaluation copy is is a significant piece of software. It will download all of your ADs. It will allow you to do all of the inspection reports. You can enter maintenance logbook entries. The only thing that it will not do is it will not allow you to download old databases that have accumulations of AD reports, accumulations of maintenance. So you don't get the historical value that would allow you to just glance at the program and know what needs to be done and know that all ADs are up to date. In the case of the ADs, the best way I would suggest that you deal with it in the free copy is every time you do the ADs, you generate a report, and then you just go back to that report when you download another free copy. The, so when you download it, you get a license for 60 days. And if you choose to upgrade the license, and let's look at this. You would do this here, and you would contact us, and we would send you a code. and the code will update your license to a for typically a year. In this example, I have a code that updates the license for 60 days again, but gives us complete and full access so that we can download historical databases. So I'm going to type that in now. Okay, with this code typed in, I'm going to hit save, and the pop-up window tells me that it is a valid license certificate and that the date has been updated. Next, if I go in and get the license info, I can see that I have a new serial number and 61 days and instructions to renew it if you need to again. The other thing we can do here at Help is we can get the revision number. We're 0.2 revision on this software currently. So furthermore, besides updating the license or getting information, we can open the user's guide. So this would open the entire user's guide, and you can get instructions while you're running the program. Now, the reason why I have gone through this discussion about the license info is because once you have a distinct license, and by distinct I mean non-evaluation copy, there is one thing that you can do that you can't do with an evaluation copy, and that is you can come over here and you can do a file import the entire database. So now we're providing you the access to preserve your data on the cloud or some other storage, and then you can move it around and you can accumulate the data so that you know what airplanes you've inspected over the past few years. You know what the status of the ADs on all the airplanes that you had were, and you do that with this entire import the entire database from SQL. Now what I'm going to show you is right now we have equipment. If I look at equipment and I say choose existing aircraft and mechanic, we see that there's only one aircraft in the current database, and there's only one mechanic, and that's great for a limited situation, but this program also helps with multiple mechanics and multiple aircraft. And so the reason why I'm going through this is because I put in my archive database, and I'm going to import it now, and then I'm going to show you the fact that multiple aircraft and the data for the ADs on multiple aircraft are preserved in this. So here we go. So it successfully imported it, and I'm going to look at the equipment. I'm going to choose an existing aircraft or mechanic, and you'll see the difference here. At this point, these are the aircraft that I typically work with, and I've got 10 or 12. The number is limitless, number of airplanes. I have all the AD compliance information on all those, and I have several different mechanics here that can all work on things. So for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select 2081 Delta, and the current tack time on that is 11:05. I'm going to select that, and the reason why I'm selecting it is so that in the next video we're going to look at maintenance, scheduled maintenance and corrective maintenance. So that's enough about help and file, and it allows you to update your licenses, to get more capability and then to import and export databases. Thanks for listening.